Hi, my name is Sarah Malone. I'm the Heritage Officer with Leitrim County Council. Shoptalk originated as a Leitrim County Council heritage project with funding from Creative Ireland. So we wanted to encourage people just to stop and notice the beautiful shop fronts around them in Leitrim right across the county, and we also wanted to celebrate shops as really important social spaces. So initially we commissioned a photographer and a journalist to take photographs of the shop fronts across the county, the traditional shop fronts, and the journalist recorded a narrative of the people who lived there, who owned the businesses, raised children over the shop, what they sold, the customers, the stories to go along with the shops. So from that kind of shop talk originated. We had these beautiful photographs and these great stories to go along with them, and we just needed a way to interpret them. So we came up with the concept of having this pop-up shop, an exhibition, some activities, and just kind of starting a conversation around our traditional local shops, about how important they are to communities, and broader than that, our rural towns and the changing economy in our towns and the role of shops. So it's been really interesting, like listening to people coming in, sharing their stories, their memories about the shops that we have in the exhibition, and then also the shops in the book, and just reminiscing on how important they are to people's lives.
I'm Finola Armstrong, married to Pascal Maguire. I live here in Carrick-on-Shannon, and I'm running the shop that was started here in 1956 by my parents. It's called The Magnet. It's on Main Street. It started from not being a shop at all. In fact, the building was closed for 10 years, from 1946 to 56. Prior to that, it had been a bar with a bakery. The bakery was downstairs, and there are people in town today who remember that as a bakery. But since 1956, it has been a drapery shop, a general drapers, as the word was started on it. It's been in business ever since, been through the recessions, held its own right through, and I'm happy to be running it here in Carrick-on-Shannon today.
My name is Vanya Lambrecht Ward. This Creative Ireland project was commissioned by Leitrim County Council Heritage Office, initially as a photograph and story collection, but then developed into something slightly bigger to celebrate and encourage the acknowledgement of shop fronts around the whole county, highlighting some of the very unique and individual shop fronts, pubs, grocers, shoe shops, garages, to put together this project to really extend the conversation beyond the photographs and stories, and to include activities that might conjure new conversations. So between the library and the activities, the discussions and panel talk, I suppose what I'm hoping to collect is the stuff in between, not the hard data or the already known facts, but the other bits in between. And I put together what hopefully feels like a very welcoming shop, and I suppose celebrating their cultural heritage, their contribution in terms of the facades that make up our town, and with that maybe highlighting the fact that how we live, how we shop, how we interact with our main street or shop street has changed, and this forms part of the discussion that we're having in the shop at the moment. Shoptalk is an exhibition, a library, a space with activities around sign writing and tile, mosaic design, and to have conversations around planning, urban renewal, heritage, cultural value. Yeah, it's a really rich and very thought-provoking subject, and people have a lot to contribute and seem to be really enjoying the subject matter.
Instead then of just going out and photographing bricks and mortar, They did sort of become people to me, because I had a sense of the story behind it. I had a sense of the inventive, energetic people who had started these shops, who had built these shop fronts, who had developed businesses, who had made money for their families, brought services to communities. And so all of a sudden, instead of just it being a building, it was like a monument to these people. But even more than that, it became really a monument to a time, a completely different time. And I felt a sense of urgency about photographing them. I remember the great documentary that was made about John McGahern, and he said in it that for a writer it's important that nothing happens. And I was thinking this as I was standing out, you know, some of these are in quite rural background, and I was standing there for a while and I was thinking, this is it, you know, nothing is happening, and this is what I'm trying to record, trying to take this monument to people and monuments to a time gone past, to try and capture that and keep it. And when Sarah had been telling me what they'd hoped to do with the photographs and the narrative and what they'd hoped to achieve, I'll be honest with you, none of it was important to me. The important thing became capturing them, having them for posterity.